Sadhguruji, you're talking about bringing in former justices of the Supreme Court in a commission. But let me put forth the point of the Supreme Court. In one judgment, the Supreme Court's verdict on 13th of July 2020 in the Sri Padmanabhaswamy temple case, they handed back control to the erstwhile trustees, the descendants of the Travancore Cochin royal family, and that was the landmark judgment. But in another verdict, whether it is the Chidambaram temple or even the Nataraja temple to the original trustees, the Supreme Court has said that this is not possible. The Supreme Court itself has given contrary judgments in this regard. So how do you think a solution is going to come out of a commission having former judges?
No, I'm talking about a commission with judges, not for them to take the decision, for them to evolve a process of devolution. The decision of whether it should come to the community or not doesn't arise. That we must decide in the elections. This is why I'm pitching it up now. If the people of the community should stand up and say that if you do not hand over the temples to community, we're not going to vote for you. This must be clear to the political parties, whoever they may be. I said Supreme Court judges so that they interpret the law properly. I don't want this to go to the court, because if you go to the court, as you said, one judgment will come this way, another will come that way based on the intricacies of law. No, I want a legislation. It is important the legislation happens because the democratically elected government means they must respond to the needs of the people and the emotions of the people. This has to happen by legislation, not by court ruling. Not that Supreme Court judges should take a call on this, they must just evolve the process.
Then Sadhguruji, if you're saying this, that this should happen in Tamil Nadu through legislation and therefore before the elections you are raising this issue, Uttar Pradesh elections are next year. Will you take up this issue before elections in Uttar Pradesh as well? Are you going to keep this only as a Tamil Nadu issue? Are you going to worry about temples in the north? Is it going to be regional and seasonal kind of a demand, or is it going to be a national demand? I want to ask you that because stake in temples and the ownership of temples by the governments is something that we must oppose nationally without keeping political parties or states in in our minds.
The Tamil Nadu has a special context. The Bhakti movement is the main reason why Tamil language has become a classical language. A whole lot of Sangam literature, the largest body of Tamil literature is based on devotional expressions. If you look at the whole culture, we only talk in terms of our saints and sages and siddhas, not in terms of kings and wars and stuff. The Tamil culture and history is written like this. So the entire expression of Tamil culture is devotion. If you are not aware of this, the Tamil Nadu as a state, the state's emblem is a temple tower. Ironically, it is so. So I am not a man of seasons or regions, you know that. Well, I'm talking about Kaveri because when it comes to action, it has to be local. But Kaveri is just was spawned by Rally for Rivers. Now it's going to conscious planet across the world. So I am not a person of seasons or regions, but when it comes to action, judicious action demands certain focus. So right now the focus is on Tamil Nadu.
Well, Sadhguruji, focus is also on Kerala. And Mr. Rahul Gandhi was in Kerala and made a statement that all these years I was fighting elections from the north, but now when I come to the south, here it is a structured. Do you think that Rahul Gandhi was right when he differentiated north from the south?
Maybe that's his experience, unfortunately, because for whatever reasons, maybe it's individual experience. What can I do? That's not my experience.
That's not your experience, but you're saying yes, differences exist. But let me ask you, Stephen Knapp, a Western…
Michael, let's understand this. The differences exist between everybody. I am different, you are different. Difference need not become a discriminatory process. This is the maturity of living in a democratic society. We must have differences. If all of us are same, it'll be too boring, you'll have to go and drown in the ocean. It'll be too boring if all of us are same. We are a kaleidoscope of a nation. Everybody is different. But differences need not be turned into discriminatory process. That much sense we must have.
And Rahul Gandhi, did he display that much sense?
You're the judge, you're in the political commentary, what can I say? I mean, it's very obvious what somebody says. Do we have… See, if something very complex is said, I could make it… decipher it and make it simple. When something so simplistic is said, what is there to explain?
Do you think Hindus are indifferent and that is why governments do this to us?
The entire culture has been raised as a godless culture. We are not a culture which we believed there's one power up there and he manages everything from there, there's one man sitting up there and he manages everything.